Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Welcome into Vegas Nation Game Day. I'm your host, Cassie Soto. The Raiders will have to wait a few more days to take on the Cleveland Browns after the league announced that it will be postponing Saturday's game due to a COVID-19 outbreak within the Browns organization. The game will now be played on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. There's a lot to break down with this ever-changing situation, so let's go ahead and get right to it with our opening drive, brought to you by Capriotti's. There's no better time than game time to score party favorites. Order online to get Capriotti's party trays, boxed lunches, or large subs for the whole crew. Raiders beat writer Vinny Bonsignor joining me now. Vinny, there's a lot of moving pieces here, but let's start with the NFL's decision to postpone this game, which came about because the NFLPA really wanted this to happen. But if you look at some of the Raiders players' Twitter accounts, they are not so happy that this decision came to be.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I got a chance to talk to Raiders owner Mark Davis, and he stressed that player safety and health comes first, without a question. But from the Raiders' perspective, they're bearing the biggest brunt of this disruption. It's their team that now has to wait around 2 days. It's their team that has to fly across country to play a Monday game, and then fly back, and then on a short week have to go prepare for the Denver Broncos. So they're upset that this has really put them at a competitive disadvantage, and they're not the ones that are causing any of this. So, and I can understand it from the players' perspective as well. So it's a tough deal. I think the lesson is everyone has to be flexible. Different variables happen, different elements get introduced, and certainly that has happened this week. But another thing that the Raiders are saying is, hey, if you've got enough players, by rule, you play the game. And as of right now, the Cleveland Browns have enough players, and chances are they'd have enough players to field a team on Saturday. So the Raiders are like, why are we moving this all of a sudden just to help those guys get their players back? Is that right on our end?
Well, what can you tell us about the difference between forfeiting the game versus postponing the game? Because I know a lot of Raiders players also were saying you either play or you forfeit, but obviously that was not the case. Now it's being postponed.
Yeah, well, when you forfeit a game, you get into players might not get paid because their pay is predicated on playing. You get paid in the NFL right now 17 times. That's 17 games. That's how the pay scale works. So forfeiting could interrupt or could affect pay. It could affect, obviously, records, who gets the win, who gets the loss, all that type of thing. So in order to make sure that guys still get paid and a competitive balance is maintained, that's the result of postponing the game, or that was that's the argument for postponing the game and not canceling it.
Is there an argument to be said, though, Vinny, that the NFLPA is looking out for the Raiders for the fact that they're not having immediate contact right now on Saturday with the Browns? So if some players do come back and test negative, if other players are positive, that they are putting the Raiders' health first? Because imagine if the Raiders come back and they have 10, 15, 20 players come back positive?
Well, I think the Raiders' argument too is like, well, if you're going to make that argument, who's to say that that's not going to happen anyway on Monday? So they're a little concerned about even going over there and playing them. Like, how do we know that we're not? Some of these guys might be positive right now, but they haven't tested positive yet. They're out on the field. We're playing against them. So yeah, there is concern of what the Raiders might be bringing back with them to Cleveland, and then how that affects the rest of their schedule, including the game against the Denver Broncos a week later.
Flip the Field, brought to you by Pirate Plumbing, the masters of disasters. Hey everybody, it's Heidi Fang here, and I'm about to flip the field and take a look at the Cleveland Browns, or what's left of them. As we know, the COVID-19 surge has not been kind to the Cleveland Browns, so to say the least. And at this point, it's possible that any quarterback plays for the Cleveland Browns. It could be Baker Mayfield, it could be Nick Mullins, it could be Case Keenum. We'll have to wait and see how all of the testing shakes out for the Cleveland Browns to know exactly who will be on the field, of course. But one player we know know for certain will be active for the Cleveland Browns is tight end David Njoku, who was recently activated from the Browns' COVID-19 list. Njoku told the media that despite all of this, he expects this team to fight through the adversity.
Honestly, it's just mental toughness. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of curveballs thrown at us, and we've seen that from start to finish the past couple of years, So every positive test is just an extra curveball that we have to hit,
Prior to the game being rescheduled, Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield took to Twitter not only to plead his case with the NFL, but also to vent his frustrations about their current protocols. Make up your damn mind on protocols. Showing up and making only 3 teams test, also, you can keep the game as scheduled to make money. He went on to say actually caring about player safety would mean delaying the game with this continuing at the rate it is. But to say you won't test vaccinated players if they don't have symptoms, then to pull this randomly, doesn't make any sense to me. Tell me if this makes sense. No tests this morning, then let our team gather for practice, then show up after practice to test them. Something seems off there. And that'll do it for this edition of Flip the Field.
Vegas Nation Injury Brief, sponsored by Not the Injury Law.
I'm Adam Hill with your injury report. The Raiders have a couple of extra days to get ready for the Browns now, with the game being pushed back from Saturday to Monday. Not sure how much it's going to matter. Darren Waller really hasn't been on the field doing much football activity since his injury on Thanksgiving Day. He was able to get a little bit of a run in on the grass on Wednesday in practice, but not sure that those 2 extra days is going to give him the opportunity to come back from his injury. So he'll probably still be out. I would imagine the same is the case with Denzel Perryman, who we haven't seen on the field either with his ankle injury. I would imagine he's at least doubtful to come back. And Trayvon Mullen, who just returned last week from injured reserve, played 1 game, didn't look great, re-aggravated his toe injury. I would expect he might still be out as well. But that is 2 extra days that they might have a little bit of a chance to recover. Carl Nassib was going into this game with a questionable designation. Maybe a couple extra days of rest really does well for him to get back on the field. So maybe that's a little bit helpful for the Raiders. Other than that, the Raiders were pretty healthy. So we'll see if they actually do any practicing. I doubt it. I think they probably do a walkthrough. Don't expect any injuries to come out of that. So Raiders should go in fairly healthy outside of those 3 guys that were expected to be out. A lot of moving pieces here with this game being moved from Saturday to Monday in Cleveland. With your injury report, I'm Adam Hill.
D&R House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler, the perfect bridge between internet pricing and a traditional brick-and-mortar jewelry store. We specialize in loose diamonds, natural and lab-grown, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, custom design, and jewelry repairs. We operate by appointment in our beautiful offices in the One Summerlin building, downtown Summerlin. Our great relationships with the world's largest diamond wholesalers and our low overhead saves you hundreds, if not thousands, on your purchase.
Vegas Nation Game Day Live, the latest Raiders game day news on VegasNation.com 90 minutes before kickoff. Vegas Nation Game Day Live, sponsored by South Point Sportsbook. Download the app at southpointsports.com. Vegas Nation Fan Zone, sponsored by your Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
If you're in Las Vegas this week and looking for somewhere to watch Monday's game and enjoy some good food while doing so, Vegas Nation's Kevin Cannon tells us about a restaurant that was made just for Raiders fans.
Today we're going to meet Patrick Durkin at the M Resort, and he's going to show us the Raiders Tavern and Grill.
We're the official team headquarters hotel of the Las Vegas Raiders, of course, and we're standing today at the cornerstone of our partnership. It's the Raiders Tavern and Grill. We've got over 3,400 square feet of dining space, all sorts of memorabilia signed by the greats Howie Long, Derek Carr, Charles Woodson.
Now I understand this is the only officially licensed Raiders restaurant in the world. Is that right?
That's correct, yes. We opened on April 1st, 2021, and yeah, things are going great. As you can see, it's a great place to watch the game, take in all the action.
This is where you want to watch the game. You got nearly 50 TVs. There's a ton of memorabilia. A lot of players coming here. I know Derek Carr eats a bison burger here sometimes.
Yes, he's been known to do that and post on his social media for us. We also have the Raiderettes here for a lot of the away games, cheering the team on.
I think it's great. It's awesome. The M Resort is a great place, and we love the fact that they're hosting Raider fans and making us feel home and giving us all this hospitality.
We'll be giving away Raider memorabilia. We also have some gift promotional days out on the casino. And we also wanted to mention we have a new feature that we opened about 6 weeks ago called the Coors Light Chill Zone. It's just kind of an extension of the Raiders Tavern and Grill. Very comfortable seating. It's open every day, and it's a great place to watch the game as well. A lot of excitement there.
That's a wrap for this week's episode of Vegas Nation Game Day. Remember that this week's game was pushed from Saturday to Monday, so please be sure to join us an hour and a half before kickoff at 12:30 p.m. for Vegas Nation Game Day Live. We'll bring you the latest updates heading into this already wild matchup between the Raiders and the Browns. For our entire Vegas Nation crew, I'm Cassie Soto. We will see you on Monday.
Vegas Nation Game Day, presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.